nursing school is hard. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexis and I'm currently a nursing student in my final semester, which is really exciting. I can't wait to graduate. So for a while I've been thinking about making videos about nursing school so I could help others out there, because before I started nursing school I didn't know any nurses or nursing students, so I really did have to look to the internet for answers to my questions. So as you can see, the topic of this video is about ABSN programs. For those of you who don't know, ABSN stands for Accelerated Bachelor of Science in Nursing. So basically it's just a nursing program that moves very quickly and you end up graduating with your bachelor's. As far as getting into ABSN programs, it really depends on the school. I really recommend maybe writing out notes or maybe making a spreadsheet, just comparing different schools as far as the location, requirements, deadlines, and any other notes you would like to make about the school. That would really help you out. I applied to 3 different schools and thankfully I got into all 3, so that really gave me the option to choose which one would best suit me. A lot of schools do have GPA requirements, maybe like 3.0, but just because you have a 4.0 that doesn't mean you are automatically going to get in. And just because you have the bare minimum of a 3.0, that doesn't mean that you won't get in. So it really just depends on your overall application. They want great letters of recommendation. Some schools may want great essays, of course, and other schools even require like the GRE or the TEAS exam. And look, I personally was not about to pay for another standardized exam. I was not with it, so I only applied to schools that didn't require the GRE. So just to give you a little bit about my school, a little bit of information about my school. It is 16 months long. It's divided into 4 semesters. And so you're basically in the program taking classes year-round. You get 2 weeks off in between each semester. Yes, only 2 weeks. Except for in between your 3rd and final semester, you do get about a month off, which is great. As far as classes, some are going to be online, some are going to be on campus. It really just depends. And the great thing about my school is they'll often record the lecture, so you can see everything that they show on the projector. You can see at home on your computer. You can hear everything the teacher says. You can rewind it, replay it as many times as you want, which is great, very helpful. And also, you're going to have to balance class, skills lab, regular lab, and clinical. All that. So I will say nursing school is hard. And personally, I don't think the content is all that difficult. It's just that you have so much to do. Everything's due all at once. You have so much to keep up with, and it moves so quickly. So I really would recommend managing your time wisely. That is what it comes down to. You have to prioritize, and don't forget your goal is to graduate from nursing school with hopefully good grades, and you want to actually make sure you understand the material and you're not just passing, you know? You have to remember that you are going to have to make sacrifices. You're not going to be able to sit in bed and watch Netflix all day like you would want to. You can't go out with your friends every weekend like you would want to. You really have to prioritize. And I will say, it is possible to get all A's in nursing school. My first semester, I made all A's, even though I didn't know what I was doing. I was overwhelmed, but I still made it happen. Second semester, I believe I got 2 A's and 2 B's, but it still came out to be like a 3.8 GPA because our grading scale is a little bit different. At my school, 95 to 100 is an A, and if you get a 94, that's a B. So you have to work really hard to get all A's. Third semester, I also managed to get all A's, even though I was working 2 jobs. Yes, 2 part-time jobs. So fourth semester, hopefully I'll be able to do the same. But this isn't to brag, it's just to let you know that it is possible and you can do it, I promise. You just really have to manage your time and prioritize and ask questions and study, study, study. So a lot of people often wonder about dating while in nursing school. It is possible. A lot of people come into nursing school in relationships, and some graduate still in that relationship, some graduate single. It really depends. You have to remember that the main goal is to make good grades and graduate. But with that being said, you don't want to completely ignore your significant other. It is possible to meet new people and date while in nursing school, but once again, school is the priority. You really have to manage your time wisely. Don't lose sight of the goal. As far as working in nursing school, I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you're in an accelerated program. I did not work my first 2 semesters. I saved up as much as I could before I started nursing school, and I just lived off of my savings for the first 2 semesters, but 3rd semester, the well ran dry, okay? So I had to pick up 2 part-time jobs. I made sure that they worked with my schedule and were flexible, but if you don't have to work, then I would not get a job. I don't recommend it, but it is possible. As far as free time, everyone wants to have free time, right? You're not going to have much of a life in nursing school. That's just how it is, especially in an accelerated program. With that being said, it's important to make sure you do have some me time, because if you don't, you're going to lose it, okay? You're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to be sad, stressed out, which is never good. So I do recommend at least one day a week doing something that you really like to do. So for example, especially during my first semester, every weekend I would try to do something fun, whether that was going to the movies, going out to eat, going to a bar, or something with a friend. So what I would do maybe, for example, would be wake up early Saturday morning and basically study the whole day with a few breaks in between. That way, by the time nighttime got here, I can go out and do something fun. Now you can't necessarily always do that every weekend, but it is good to at least have one day to do something fun, because if you don't, you will lose it, like I said. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. This was just a really brief, broad overview about accelerated programs, but I'll be happy to answer any questions, and I hope you have a lovely day.